Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to Creative Khalsa, and today I am joined by a very, very special guest. With me I've got Bhai Satnam Singh Ji.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Thank you so much for coming on. And your name?
Arvind.
Arvind Singh. Today, if you're thinking what we're doing standing with a little Khalsa's Jura, we are going to teach you how to tie a Dumala. Well, not when I say we, it's Bhai Sahib here over on my right. So Bhai Sahib, before we begin, what's the importance of a Dumala and why should we tie one?
Dumala is actually a case key that Guru Sahib has blessed us with, and it is very important for every Sikh, be it a man or a woman, to tie a case key and cover their hair, as per the Rat.
So for kids, I think it's really good to show people out there how to tie one, because if you want to tie one and you don't know how to, now's your chance, so you can start wearing one to school as well. So you can start by yourself. So we're just going to show you step by step of what to do and how.
Yeah. First of all, tying the Dumala is very easy. It looks complicated, but it's very easy. I'll show you the simplest way of doing it. It's always best to have the case covered in a rumal or in part of the case key, as it one, it will protect the hair, and secondly, it makes a very solid and rigid base. So I'll just ask you to hold your kanga there. So you can see, very important to have a kanga as well. Will take about that much length, which is slightly longer than the hair. Put it over the head, and then just wrap it round. Don't twist it, just wrap it round the hair. See, I'm just wrapping it round. Loosely. I'm not twisting it, so it's just loosely wrapped round. Once I come to the end, then I give it a slight twist. Don't twist too much, otherwise you're going to pull the hair and it can hurt the child. Turn it round. As you can see, I'm not tying a knot, I'm just tying the case round. Tuck in the last bit. Bring the bit over the back. And this is the time when you stick your kanga back, just behind the jura. We're going to use this material which is left over as our base before we tie our Dumala.
And make sure the star doesn't touch the floor either. So Bhai Sahib's got it on his shoulder, which is great.
That is right. Turn that.
So you're just going round.
Normally, as I tie the Dumala, I normally get my kids to either do Simran or to do part Japji Sahib. So it's a good opportunity for the parents as well to spend a bit of time maybe doing some part to them, Japji Sahib, and the kids can learn as well at the same time. It helps. Because most of us parents say we don't get time to do this thing, so now is a good opportunity to do that. So once we've made the base strong, now we can tie the Dumala over the base and it should not move.
So you're just going round the jura and then you're just getting that ladder and putting it over the jura.
It doesn't matter about the length because you can tuck it in wherever you find. Some people get worried whether it's long enough or short enough. About 3 meters of length should be fine. At this time, this is just a trick I learned. It's easier to do to put the case in now than to do it later on. Otherwise, it sort of hurts the kids as well. So you tuck in the case now very nicely at the back as well. Neat and tidy. I'll ask you to hold this. And then we have the Dumala here, which is, this is probably about 8 meters to about 10 meters long. It's a normal pug material which has been cut into half.
Is it soft?
Malmal. Yes, it is soft, malmal. Okay. Especially for kids, very important, use malmal. Of course, it doesn't hurt the ears or hurt the head. And as you know that the head actually expands during the day, so it will not hurt them over the ears. So I've tied a knot there. That will help to keep the Dumala in one place as I tie it round. So I make a fold, a small fold, go over the eyebrow and under the ears. Can you see that? Over the eyebrow, under the ear. Turn around slowly. So I'm not too worried about the top side of it. I'm just worried about the bottom side, which I've folded into sort of two there. Then on the other side, below the ear,
So you're making a crisscross?
Yeah,
Kind of.
crisscross. So I come below the ear and above the eyebrow. So that is my start there. As you can see, we try and keep the Dumala up so that it doesn't touch the ground. Once we've reached there, you can see I've made a triangle there. And I'm not too worried about the top part of the Dumala. I'm more concerned about the bottom side of the Dumala. Higher than the first one, turn round. Now I'm going to do the same thing again. Just keep a nice neat fold again at the back.
And again, it's not just for boys, girls can tie one as well. If you don't want a Dumala, you can just tie a gold Dastar as well.
Okay, when I come to the back, I go slightly higher. Turn on. Don't worry if it doesn't look too neat at the moment at the top. That is all going to be covered. Once I've done that twice, so I've gone this way once, come round, I've gone round the back, come back this way again twice, and this is the second time I'm coming. Now the third time, I'm not going to go above the ear. I'm actually going to go up above the forehead. So there we are. Okay, so that's the front. Go around the back. And you do one more time again. So this time you go slightly higher than the first time we did. So this goes slightly higher. So I've left about 3/4 of an inch, gone higher, turn around again. Now the next fold, I am going to open it up and go over his head. So I'll keep a little bit of material at the bottom, like that. So I've spread this one out, go to the top. Again, follow the neat lines at the front, go over the top, turn around. And now, if you look at the back, all this material at the back, I'll pull it down so that it gives it a nice round structure at the top. And I'll sort of tuck it under like that. Yeah, so I've tucked it under. And with the other side, I'll pull it so that it becomes nice and tight and round. And then we just keep on doing the same thing again. Go around above the other line, turn around again. Now this bit which was left, what you do is you hold it on one side and tuck it under like that. So now you don't have any bits hanging loose.
Really neat as well. Very nice.
Okay, so now I'll go back once again above, and as I'm doing that, at the bottom I'm actually coming lower and lower and lower. So you can see my next line is slightly lower. One more time, come back up again. And at the back I'm going even more lower now.
So it's all just about the different layers, isn't it?
Yes, correct.
Different style.
There are many different ways of tying the Dumala. I mean, you'll get used to whatever style you like, whatever is comfortable for you. And as long as it's neat and tidy, that is all that matters. Now this is the last bit. I'm not too worried about the length. It doesn't matter where it is. Wherever it's going to end, you just tuck it in at that place. That's the beauty of the Dumala. You don't have to be too precise about the length of it. Now this one is ending somewhere here, so I'll just tuck it in neatly into the last lard that I did.
Perfect.
Then I take the sly, or bars as people call it, and just tuck in all the loose ends again, so it looks nice and neat and tidy.
Make sure you have an adult if you're tying this on your own, because it is sharp.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And then for kids, at the end of it all, please ask your mom and dad to put the khanda right in the middle.
Which is also very sharp, so be
Yeah.
careful.
So there you go.
That's excellent.
It also helps after you've tied the Dumala to just once go with the slide across the whole face. It sort of makes the ears a bit loose and child feels more comfortable. Okay, there you go.
Excellent. That is so great. And thank you so much for coming and tying this on. How do you feel? Fine. And hopefully, you know, kids, you can learn and you can start tying it to school as well. But that's it for today's Creative Casa. Again, thank you so much for coming on, Faisal, and yourself. Thank you for watching. If there's any questions, you can email us. It's info@seekchannel.tv. But for now, that's it. Thank you very much. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.